Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. What's up, everybody? You are here on the very first edition of Pickles House. Pickles House, everybody. Welcome. I got my good friend Ryan Rogers here today, everybody. He is a stand-up comedian. Say hello, Ryan.
Talk about an intro. Thanks, Pickle. I've been to a Pickle House before. It was not this.
This is
Quite a number of less glory holes in this Pickle House.
That's what we're going for. Not that many glory holes, just the glory. just the glory.
And a whole package.
And a whole package of glory. That's what's up. You guys, we are stand-up comedians. Ryan, I want to put Ryan on the map today. He has been doing a great job. I am very proud of Ryan. He has been. How long have you been doing comedy for now?
It's quite embarrassing. 9 months.
9 months. That's not embarrassing. It's actually a great feat for he's hit the ground running with comedy, you guys. And I absolutely love that he's been doing this.
Pickle.
I probably has all kinds of people jealous of him and everything, and I love that shit. That means he's working hard, you guys.
You haven't made it until you have haters.
That's right, baby. That's right. You gotta have haters, man.
My mom's like president of the fan club, so that's good.
The fan club of the haters. Your mom hates you?
No, my mom's really supportive. I'm fucking around. I went over to my parents' house actually this morning because I have a special on the 19th. So I went over to my mom and dad's house to run jokes by them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are at their expense. So I literally had to talk about like cum and tits and everything at my mother and be like, this is what I'm saying. And I'm telling you now. And then my mom loves nothing more than her dogs. And I had to tell her, like, I have a whole section about how I fucking hate dogs. And you could tell she would prefer if I didn't do that. She would rather me do like jokes about her sexting me when I was in college than me like saying I wish the dogs were dead.
Yeah.
She was cowering. It was fun. Worth it.
At least you got that support. I do not give, I just talk about people. I do not tell them anything about my jokes. They just have to hear it through the grapevine. My sister's still pissed off. She's trying to come. She always coming at me with something, man. And I'm like,
well, you know what? The best part is nobody knows who she is.
That's right.
Fuck her. Does she have a mic? Does she have a pod? No, I don't think so.
No, she doesn't. You know, so, she'll be famous off of whatever I do. You know. First off, let's talk a little bit. You got anything to plug right now?
In the Pickle House? You want me to plug something?
Plug something.
Oh,
plug it up in the Pickle House.
Oh, gross. Please don't do that again. Or do. Is that a new segment? We should do plug it up in the Pickle House is the plug segment.
Okay.
When they could have a sound effect like yeah.
We're plugging it up in the Pickle House, baby.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm into it. No, I work a lot. Like the only reason why I have booked shows 9 months in is because I do this shit every fucking night. Like I rarely take a night off 7 nights a week. So in terms of plugging shit, you could catch me out in these streets in New Orleans, probably any given night, 1 or 2 mics. I do have a big show coming up on the 19th. I'm doing a 45-minute set, which is unbelievably wild. It's a doubleheader headline show at Comedy House NOLA. And then the next day I leave for a 7-week tour. It's the Without Rhyme Nor Reason tour. It's an all-female comedy tour. It's sponsored. I'm the only gay. They wanted diversity for some fucking reason.
Gay male.
Letting the white dude. Tour. Yeah, right. Letting the white dudes take a lady's job. I was like, oh, this is not a good look.
Yeah.
But I'm on the road for 7 weeks doing that. And it's all SEC college campuses across the Gulf South.
Man, congratulations,
Thank
dude.
you.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
It just goes to show if you work hard enough, you can take jobs from white women.
Oh, yeah. Or if you don't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Just add a headshot with your resume. You'll get the job. Sorry, white girls. I'll take you to brunch. It's okay.
Yeah, he'll make the money. You can at least eat off of him.
See, okay. That makes me feel a lot better about taking these opportunities.
Does it?
No.
No, you should definitely be proud of yourself getting these opportunities, man. And don't let anybody ever make you feel bad about it, because it's a lot of hard work you've been putting in.
That means a lot.
I mean, really, bro, it's not an easy game that we're in. And you came to me a long time ago, basically about 9 months whenever you started, and you asked me for some advice, bro, and I laid it down to you. and you hit the ground running with that shit. And not too many people like that I give advice to, like they want the advice, but they don't actually take it. You know what I mean? They'll receive it and it goes in one ear and out the other. You took it and you put your head to the grind. You know, you put your head down, and that's like what I do, bro. I put my head down, and I look up, and I see where I'm at every once in a while, and then I just put my head back down, and I keep going. You know,
that's the only way you can do it here. Like, I mean, it's the same for any job, but comedy is such a special. I mean, I don't know shit. I'm gonna keep saying everything and prefacing it by saying like I don't know shit. I've been doing this for 9 months. I am literally just plugging and playing and seeing what works on a nightly basis in order to build my persona, to build my set, just like all of us are. But going off of what you're saying, like, I think keeping your head down and being a sponge is so important in this. Like, it really is critical. Like, anyone who comes into this and thinks they have it figured out, like, I got news for you. Like, it is going to that is going to be a short path to a fucking rude awakening. Yeah,
definitely. As soon as you think you got this thing figured out, it comes back around and bites you right in the ass.
100%. I mean? And often when it bites you in the ass, you're standing on stage and it's just hitting you when you have a dead room, right?
The worst.
It's
the worst.
There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting in another bar right now in New Orleans, and there's a venue right across the street that also has an open mic. And I remember walking out of there in tears once. I was a couple months in and I was on like a hot streak. Like I hadn't bombed once. And I bombed so hard there that I got in the car and I was like, I quit. Yeah. It was that easy. It was that easy.
They could do it.
Just shaking you down when you're on stage. Just your shit is just, you are so confident, but you haven't had the opportunity to fail yet. And the minute it happens, you're like, because comedy's so vulnerable, right? We're all just open wounds. We're all bleeding vaginas up there. And it's just like, when it hits, it's not fucking good. It's not like a bad performance review at work or anything. You're getting that feedback in real time and it's frowning.
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel good, bro. It really does make you rethink every decision you've ever made in life. Like, why did I decide to pick up a microphone?
100%.
Yeah.
What do I have to say? Why did I do this?
Right. But that's what separates the men from the boys. You know what I mean? The women from the girls. You can get up there and learn how to bomb and still come back the next day
100%
and do it again. And that's what you become good at, man. And I really am proud of you. That
means a lot coming from him.
It's an amazing thing to watch younger comics come up. You know what I mean?
He calls me young. I'm 33 and I'm aging like a bottle of Yellowtail. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Good thing podcasting's an audio medium. That's great. That works out to our favor.
Well, I'm 35, bro. I'm aging much worse, probably.
I don't believe so. I think you being in the pen that long out the sun kept you looking younger.
It was 2 months. It was 2 months, dude. It was 2 months.
Oh, you play up that shit. I didn't know it was 2 months. Right. In my head, I'm like, this man has spent years. I'm surprised you don't have less tattoos. Damn, 2 months. Get the fuck out of here. You need to stop talking about that.
No, that's what people come at me and they're like, how long have you been in prison? And I'm like, bitch, I wasn't in prison. I was in jail. You understand? Like
this motherfucker's in a holding cell overnight and he's like,
I wasn't in a holding cell. You have to relearn how to live. You know what I mean? You really do. Even if it's a couple months, it's a different thing. In jail, yeah, you really do, bro.
I want to hear more about that. Let's talk about that.
Dude,
I'm flipping it.
When I first went to jail, it was like I got a tattoo on my back. And you ever you ever watch American History X?
I don't like where this is going at all.
So, no, there's a scene. It's a fucked up thing to bring up, but there's a scene in American History X where they're like,
if this is where you reveal on the podcast where that you have a swastika tattoo on the back.
I don't have a swastika.
For fuck's sake.
I got a big ass weed leaf on my back with a Libra symbol with a Libra scale. But in that movie, they were like, that's where I got it from. You know what I'm saying? I was watching American History X and he's like, let's throw up the tattoo. So my first fucking couple hours upstairs in Gretna, and I was like, fucking, let's throw the tattoos out there. Take off your shirt, sit there, and then people actually surround you. They're like, oh, look at the work you got done. It's like,
honestly,
it's so crazy, bro.
Honestly, that's probably the best lesson that anyone got from American history.
Right.
It's like tattoos.
Yeah.
Not anything, not the curb stomping.
Not the curb stomping.
Not the white supremacy. He's over here like, ooh, I'm really seeing the light here. Tats.
Yeah, tattoos. Throw the tattoos out there and get to know people that way. And I shouldn't even have done that because you don't want to get to know these people in jail. You really don't, bro. Like really? You do. If you're going to be there for a long stint, no, nobody's your friend. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the way I am, like I'm more friendly with like
You're the friendliest person I've ever met.
and that's in jail doesn't mix with that shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not. I was on the verge of like becoming like when you go there, there's a mind state. It's like, all right, if I'm gonna be in this place, because I was probably gonna go there. If I didn't have a good lawyer, if I didn't have money, I would have been in Angola. Literally.
Hold on. You had money?
I had money. I was a drug dealer for over 10 years of my life.
Sick.
So I had money.
That's how I know you're cool.
Yeah, well, at this point, the money actually came from a wreck I got into. Morris Bart got me $10,000.
Okay, all of this checks out now. Okay, great. It was drug money and settlement money.
Yes,
awesome.
drug money, settlement money.
To pay for an attorney for your felony. You're right on track. Coming from Marrero.
I am coming from Marrero, baby.
That's on like the Marrero career path.
Hell yeah. Write
Sell
this
drugs,
down.
get a settlement, pay for that attorney.
And then use the rest of the money for drugs that you had. No, but it's just not a fun thing. You don't want to get to know people in jail. Like you do learn some interesting shit and how to survive, but there's a mind frame. When I was sitting there, I was like, I'm going to have to become like a fucking actual killer.
Oh,
you understand? No. Like, because there's people don't like you're white in jail. You know what I mean? And there really are.
I don't know what you mean.
There are cliques. You don't know what I mean, but I'm gonna tell you. But there are cliques like black. There's Mexican. You know what I mean? I would chill with MS-13. I like the
What's
white people.
That?
It's a Mexican gang. It's, you know what I'm saying? And like get Mexican gang members, and they taught me how to play casino and shit like that. There's a card game called Casino.
I love that that's the clique you fell into.
Yeah, well,
clique.
It wasn't even the clique I fell into. They didn't like me either. It was just the people I fucking talked to.
Oh, that is like high school then.
Yeah, it's
I roll with people that I don't even like, and they don't like me. But look, I have to have somebody. I have to have someone to eat lunch with.
You know what I mean? You gotta have. I had to have somebody I could gamble with. You know, but in being in jail per se, it was worse. Like I seen all kind of messed up things in 2 months. I seen a dude get his head stomped in, squealing like a pig. Wee, wee. You know what I mean? Like it's not a fun thing to be in jail.
Did he deserve it?
He deserved it.
No,
right? He kind of deserved it. I'm not gonna lie. Well, all right, look. He got caught jerking off looking at another fucking dude in jail. So
I would have been stomped out years ago.
You would have got passed around. That's what
I know. I was thinking
you would have been into it.
I was waiting for the opportunity to say that they would have treated me like currency. They passing me around,
bro. They definitely would.
I would. You know what I would though? I would be all kind of people's wives and playing against each other.
You would have been rich. You would have been getting like fucking honey buns and fucking noodle packets and everything. You would have been a rich gay guy.
Oh, that's fucking fun. But it's funny that like if I had to play up the woman part, I bet it'd just be me with a mop on my head, being like, "All right, I'm taking." Any takers? Let's do this. And then I'd for real, I would have many husbands, and then I'd be playing them against each other. Like, be like, who's really running this?
You messy little bitch.
This chick with the Kool-Aid lipstick, red juice.
Yeah, right. It's not. It's everything's like living on the edge in there. I almost got into it. Like I ended up getting myself in a position where I was holding the bread. We used we would make fucking these moolies, these roll-ups at the end of the night, and I'm holding the bread, you know what I mean? And we'd make it. So one dude, after we had our roll-up, somebody asked me for a piece of bread, and I was like, sure, I'm a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? I was like, sure, take a piece of bread. And then the big dog comes up to me, he's like, hey, motherfucker, you can't be giving away our fucking bread like that. And I was like, oh, all right, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that nice of a person.
The Bread Warden?
Dog, the Bread Warden.
Oh, wait, is this just sliced bread?
It's a sliced bread. So
y'all don't bake it?
This is how you do it. So for every meal, you get a piece of bread.
Okay.
So if you get 4 people and everybody holds their bread for the end of the day, and then everybody takes something off of your lunch plate or your dinner plate, and you put all that together at the end of the day, and you make the roll up. So how you do with the bread is you sit there, you get a trash bag, and you throw it over your bed, and 2 of y'all sit there and break down the bread. Little piece by piece. You break down the bread piece by piece until it's like a bunch of crumble on this trash bread. And then you throw water on top of that shit. And you start kneading the bread back into dough. All right.
What?
You start kneading the bread through the trash.
Y'all full on Amish community here.
Dog, it's crazy. So you knead the bread back into the dough.
Oh my God.
And then you flatten it back out. So now you have a flat piece of dough. All right, it's because of the water. That
If you could see my face, I am wrapped by this story.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
It's
bro.
fucking crazy.
I'm a chef in more than one way, bro. So you need it back into a flat piece of bread. I mean, this bread can get long, dude. Like it's. You ever seen sausage links? This is how
I seen sausage. I lived in Acadiana for 10 years. I'm the Boudin king. I have seen
you are the Boudin king.
Sausage links. Oh yeah.
So that's what it looks like when you're done. So when you're done, you also take noodles and you cook down a couple cups of noodles. Everybody puts in a pack of
Where
noodles.
are you cooking this?
I'm about to get to that. So you take
Sorry, I asked.
Hot water. You heat the water up through the sink. You let the hot water get hot, and you just sit the noodles in there for like 2 minutes, and they soften up. So you put the noodles, you put all your food, your breakfast meats, your fucking lunch meats, everything into the roll up, and then you roll that shit over with the bread, with the trash bag.
Oh God!
And it's like rolling a big blunt, kind of. You know, I was
going to say sushi, but blunt, yeah.
Or sushi. Cool.
Okay, great.
It's like rolling either one of those things, and then you take it and roll it all the way up in a trash bag, and you take these little ties and you tie it off at the end.
This is so much work.
And then you tie it off like in sectors. So like if we got 4 people, we cut it off into 4 or 5 sections.
Jesus. Okay.
So you got sausage links, trash bag sausage links.
What
all right?
the fuck?
So now we take the trash can in our cell, empty out the trash can, make sure it's clean and everything. Take that shit to the shower. It depends on how big the roll up is too.
Okay.
But if the roll up's big enough, you take it to the showers and you let that fucking shower, the hot water in the shower run into the trash can until it's running over, and just let the hot water in that bitch keep running, and you throw the links in that bitch and it just cooks in hot water for about like 30 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour. Just it all depends.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Fucking God.
And dude, when you get this shit back, it's
good?
Fucking amazing.
It's good.
It's fucking amazing.
How is it seasoned though? If it's just like leftover food and shit,
right? It's because all the seasonings are already in there. You know what I mean?
It's fucking me up.
It's fucking amazing.
If you would have told me that's how they made food in my elementary school, I would probably believe you. As well.
I went in jail 230 pounds and came out 255 pounds, and not too many people accomplish that in jail. Just to let you know,
I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
There's another comic, I'm not going to say his name, but I joke with him because he's the only person who left New Orleans and got fat. So it's like going into prison and getting fat. It's like, this is the one like left New Orleans and gained weight. I'm like, what the fuck? What an accomplishment. You learn how to cook.
Yeah. You can also do that.
You came back and you were in a child's husky. That's cool.
I was fucking more than a child's husky. I was a fat motherfucker in rehab. I went from jail to rehab. You know what I mean? It was horrible.
You maintained weight in rehab.
I started learning how to work out in rehab.
You did all this reverse.
Yeah. I
see, rehab, you're supposed to kick like the uppers and whatever, and then you start eating right because you're not eating crazy all the time. And then you go to jail before you get ripped. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Dude, what was I about to tell you, man? In rehab, I learned how to fucking let's live. You know what I mean? Like I learned how to do it all. There was something else I wanted to fucking tell you. I lost it.
About rehab, I have clean time. So I'm in narcotics recovery. I'm a hardcore cocaine addict and like drinking coffee right now because I can't drink anymore. But I have 9 months sober. And so
congratulations on that. Dude. It's a hard thing.
Thank you. But like talking about relearning shit, like I have had to rewire everything about me.
Yeah.
Everything about me, the way that I interact with people, the way I like manage my marriage, the way I manage my family, like my diet, like everything has changed in the last year. And then once I got sober, that's when I started doing comedy. So like I have never done comedy drunk ever, or even after having a shot. Like it's just never happened. Which is crazy because thank you. But it's just, I feel really self-conscious about that though, because like a lot of the comics I know will hit a blunt before they get up, or they'll just have a beer or a cocktail. And I would love to do that. A line even. That would be, could you imagine me after like a fucking couple lines? It would be incredible.
No, it wouldn't. You know why, bro? Because let me tell you, I've tried it. You know what I'm saying? I tried doing comedy on cocaine. Doesn't work. I bombed. You know what I mean? I've tried doing everything. I can do it. I can smoke weed and do comedy, and that's about it.
See, my ego won't allow me to be like, it won't allow me to accept that because I'm thinking to myself like, oh, that wouldn't be me. I would fly. Like, it would be an incredible experience for everyone.
Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. I got off of heroin in jail.
Oh,
like, I detoxed heroin in jail.
So that's real shit.
Yeah, like
Heron,
baby, the heron. I ain't never. Just to let y'all know, I've never stuck myself with a needle. Never.
Big clarifying statement. We never. Big applause.
Yeah,
right there.
I guess. I don't know. I used to, dude. A lot of that settlement money went to fucking 8 balls of heroin. So
this motherfucker finding a way. Marrero, look, represent finding a way to fuck it up.
West Bank. You're from the West Bank too.
I am. I'm from Algiers.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your story, real quick. Let's do that.
Yeah. So I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I come from a really good family. My parents are really supportive, especially me as a queer person. They've been nothing but great. Super present in my life. I'm the oldest of 3. We all went to private schools here in New Orleans. We didn't have money, by the way. We did not. My dad had a good job with Coca-Cola. And because his job was to entertain clients, we had our own suite at the Superdome. We had our own suite at the Zephyr Field. We had box seats at the Sanger Theater.
That's awesome.
Thank you. But we had all of these amazing things. So everyone thought we were rich. We were not. We're incredibly working class. Like, my parents are in their mid 60s. They still work.
Okay.
My dad still works. My mom goes to work every day. She works in healthcare like every other woman in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And once I got out of here, I went to Lafayette, went to college, got a master's degree, stayed in Lafayette, got a job in advertising. I've been working in advertising for 15 years and then just gave up that career for comedy. Okay. So when I worked in advertising, excuse me, at the age of 24, I worked so hard, like the same way I work in comedy. Like, I'm just a fucking hustler. Yeah. I was 24 and I was the creative director over 2 offices in New Orleans and Lafayette, overseeing whole departments of people twice my age.
I can see that with the work ethic that you have. I could definitely see that.
It was unhealthy. Like, I would leave the office after a full day of work, go for a run, eat something, and go back to the office and sleep there.
Oh, wow.
No, real shit. Circle K, those sludgy cappuccinos from Circle K, those were my best friends. Like, literally, but that's probably where my cocaine addiction came from, because I was just like wired all the time. But yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it. In college, I was super involved in extracurriculars. I was student body vice president of my university. I was in a fraternity. I was in I had my own, I don't know if you know this, I had my own column in the university newspaper, and it was the sex column.
Nice.
And I wrote it for 4 years under a pen name.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So when other comics now will question, like, how are you able to write jokes like this, or how do you have so much confidence around the writing that you have? It's because, and I have to be humble with it and say, like, it's not because I'm a good comic. It's because I have a leg up on you for my whole life as a professional writer.
Right.
I still work freelance in big company. I don't talk about it that much, but like, I'm working with companies in LA, New York, Austin, Texas, DC right now that I write for and stuff. That pays the bills a lot. Comedy, as you know, does not pay the bills. Unless you start booking a lot more and you got
to get on your shit.
You got to work, get on your shit.
Grind.
That's right. So anyway, like, all of that to say, like, I stand up here sometimes in front of like a room of 2 people to 200 people. And I'm just like, I used to work for fucking NASA. I used to work for Google. I worked at Google in San Francisco, and then Pandora, the music app, and then Chegg, the education platform, like, as a manager, as a creative department manager, like a real boss. And I stand up here and I'm like, I'm telling fucking jokes right now. And I've never been happier, which is crazy, you know?
Isn't it fulfilling to be able to? It's
happiest I've ever been.
It's the most fulfilling thing I've ever. And you know what? Why you saying you done all that writing before? It really is like, people look at me and they're like, "How are you so good?" Like, dude, you got to write every day.
Every day.
Like, I'm not a writer, but I pick up a pen. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Even if I don't write a joke, I journal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to write something. And that's I see that in other comics that come in, because there are other writers that are newer in the comedy game.
Yeah, it's shocking. I mean, I'm still new, but the ones that we see coming up at open mics and stuff.
Yeah, they're writers.
They're fucking writers first.
Yeah, and they're good. You know what I'm saying? They're not bad comics. They have good stuff. And you could tell who does writing besides just getting up there and just trying a joke.
Right.
Or it's just saying something randomly into a microphone. You can tell who does the work. And
I agree.
Who kind of gets it. You know what I'm saying?
I completely understand. And then the ones who are writers, like, you can work with that, you know?
Yeah.
It's the flip of that too. Because you have people who are writers who come to the mic, and you're like, I can work with that. You know, like, definitely. I can see that comic developing into something. And then you get the flip side of people who are all charisma. They are stage presences.
Yeah.
They don't write. Right. Or they can't write, or they're bad at writing.
Right.
But they can hold a room.
Right.
I think the goal is to like bridge that gap. You want to have a little bit of both. And you kind of can't have one without the other. I believe, but I'm an extreme version.
You're definitely right.
Where I am all charisma and I want to have better jokes. There are things that I don't have that like you have, that some of the other comics that we see have. And that becomes the goal for me, is just trying to get a little bit of what you got, get some of the savvy that you have.
Yeah.
But it's all about playing to your strengths and then be willing to stretch. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I get that same thing. Like what you just said, you're like, you take things from other comics, even before like our scene before the pandemic. Like Ryan is BP. Wait, before, no, you're AP, you're after pandemic.
I'm after pandemic.
So I'm BP, I'm before pandemic. And that's what I used to do. I would take things from certain comics that I see and use it on stage, but use it in my way.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what we do. You know
it's called stealing.
You're stealing, but you're using it. You're not stealing. It's something that you need. You know what I mean? You need to be able to grab the attention of these people in any kind of way and make them listen, because attention spans are short. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
The attention spans of adults nowadays are very short.
Dude, I have seen so many comics in the last couple of weeks just because I've been hitting a mic every night. And I have seen comics who have like some of their stronger stuff towards the middle. And I'm like, had you opened with that, you would have them, because they're now they're talking. You've lost them.
Right.
And it's just, I mean, it's not science. Like it really isn't. Like,
right.
You know, comedy is complicated, and it's one of the hardest professions in the world, I think. I mean,
definitely.
Might sound stupid, but I think so. But it doesn't have to be complicated in terms of like keeping a room. Like the attention span thing, hit them hard. I mean, so one of my go-tos, and I'm happy to share this advice with other comics when they ask. Like I had someone ask me last night, like, how did you hold the room? And I'm like, it's 25% being happy, like being glad that you're there. I have said this about Pickle a lot, where I think your biggest strength, and I don't know if I've ever said this to your face, but I've said it behind your back, so you know it's true. I think your biggest strength is that you always, no matter what kind of day you're having, I have seen you perform hundreds of times at this point, and I mean that.
Yeah.
His biggest strength is that he always seems happy to be there. Yeah. I believe even if you are faking it, you are happy to be on that mic.
Hell yeah.
I think that is your biggest strength as a comic, period.
Yeah.
100, like, do you have timing? Yes. Do you have writing? Yes. Are you magnetic? Yes. But that is so much of the game, is people seeing you happy. And it's like smiling at someone. They're going to smile back. It's that infectious nature of a happy person.
No matter what I really do go about that, because I have shitty days a lot of the time.
Oh yeah.
Real shitty days. But you know, when you go, it's what persona you put out to the people. It's because people can feel your energy. It's when you're on stage, it's an inner thing. I give you energy. You give me back the same energy that I give you. You know what I mean? And if you go out there with a shitty energy, they're going to feel that, and you're going to lose them.
I agree.
You're going to lose them.
When I started out, my first couple sets, I think you might have been there for a couple of them, but it was more of a character. I was up there leaning into the gay thing so hard. I would talk like this, and I was like really slinky, and I would slink around a lot, like because I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
I thought that's what people wanted from me, and I did that for a little while. I vacillated between storyteller, being really authoritative, and then one night, like a couple months ago, I just came out at an 11. Mm-hmm. I just came out literally screaming, probably something about AIDS or something like that. Probably something about cum or dicks. And that was a decision that I made just to see what it was like, because that's part of the fun of comedy, where like if you bomb, the best part about this job is like there's another mic later tonight. Yeah, I can do it again. Like there's another one tomorrow. All I have to do is wait 24 hours. That's right. Fucking incredible. You get a redo every night if you want.
I think I know what you're talking about. You just came out one night with a set where you're like, I'm gonna say everything that I'm not supposed to say on this stage.
But that changed the way that I have a presence on stage, because once I knew that if I feel more comfortable starting out at 11.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was, we had to do a roast of the months of the year. It was an end of show. So again, it was only 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I was part of it.
Yes, you were. And I was
a last second like add-on.
That's right. You were. And I had the month of June. And the way I wanted to frame it was based on another podcast called Las Culturistas. They do a segment called I Don't Think So, Honey, where they put a timer on for 60 seconds and you get to rant about anything.
Okay.
So that forces you to be fucking mad on stage. Like, I don't think so, honey, like screaming. So once I came out, and I had more fun that night than I had the previous 6-7 months. Easily. Yeah. And I left and I told my husband, I was like, that's what I want to be now. And I'm not an angry comic at all. Like,
no, you're not.
But that energy, that kind of passionately like talking at people and absurdity is something that like I don't want to let go of now because
Definitely not.
I have the most fun doing it. And it took a while to get there though. Because you try different shit when you're starting out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How'd you do it?
You got to find your voice.
Right.
You know, you really do got to find. When I first started out, it was horrible. I was
God damn it.
I was in like I started out in the most liberal room that we have in Louisiana, and I couldn't read a room. And I was screaming out like, "I'll eat your pussy" to a 60-year-old lady, and
oh my God,
like doing pussy jokes. And
so you haven't changed.
Horrible. It's just more. It's
more in tune to the audience.
It's more in tune to the audience now, and it is who I am now. Like I learned how to be the person, instead of like trying to figure out how to be the person and make you feel who I. No, I'm not. I just am who I am now. Like I learned. I found my voice, and I can be who I am no matter if I bomb or if I do great that night. You know what I mean? If it's all in your persona, like you said earlier, I'll go up there with a smile and talk about some fucked up shit, and the crowd will accept it.
That's fine.
They'll accept it because I'm doing it with a smile. I might have had a crappy day.
I agree with you too. And the best part about Working Blue, when you talk about pussy, dick, whatever, you talk about incest, like I talk about rape, all this shit that is so taboo. I believe, and I might be an outlier, I would prefer groans or like, or an audience
some
pulling
kind of
away.
reaction.
Oh, I fucking love that. I would prefer that to laughs. And I know some comics are like masochists like that. I mean, of course I want laughs, but like when they do that, I know I'm striking a nerve, and that's a reaction. And I don't give a fuck if it's like an uncomfortable one. That's fine with me. I got to you.
Right.
You know?
Definitely. You got to have that. You got to have whatever. It doesn't always have to be funny. That's what a lot of comics don't get to, but you have to be funny. You have to be funny, but it doesn't always have. Like doing these 30-minute sets, these bigger 45-minute sets now, because that's where we're getting to.
Right.
We've grown to the part where, I've grown to the part where, I've been a open micer for 3 years now. I've been a comic for 3 years now. Open micer for 3 years now. But now, last year we got our first comedy club.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And
shout out Comedy House NOLA.
Comedy House NOLA, baby. Thank you for being around. And we make that jump from being a open micer to a featured comic. You know what I mean? And we're doing a bunch of, like, my thing is here at Another Bar when I run my open mic, I like to give people more time so you can become and form that feature set. You know what I mean? Having a strong 15 is amazing, but learning how to use 30 minutes on stage is a whole nother animal.
I completely agree.
It's a whole nother animal. Like it's making that next jump. You know, it's I lost myself Friday night. I did a features headlining set with you.
Yeah, that's right.
We both did it, and we didn't have anybody in the room, but at the we literally had like 6 to 10 people in the room.
Right,
but it was still fun. You know what I mean? We're both up there just trying our shit and forming our sets.
Did you feel yourself running out of steam? I didn't. I had to leave. Sorry, girl. But like,
no, that's all good.
Did you feel yourself running out of steam at any point?
What I did feel, I don't know about running out of steam, but I felt me going off joke. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I started talking. I have a thing where I talk to the audience. You know what I'm saying? But when I started talking to some of the audience, I went to explaining shit and I went off joke. You know, in the middle of it, like if I came in hot and then I started talking and like just getting to know them and let them get to know me, but it went off joke, you know? But when I realized it, I was like, all right, let's hop back on joke now. And I started hitting them with the jokes again, you know? And I did 34 minutes.
Damn.
I did 34 minutes. So it was good. It was great. You know what I mean? I had a good time. But the next night I had a show Saturday at Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen.
Which is great. You're going to have to do that room.
Really? Yeah. Someone was
Crangus.
Someone. Oh, it's Crangus.
Crangus,
yeah,
dude.
Right.
It's just you and him. You know what I mean?
Stop.
It was just me and Crangus. I had no other comics. He went up there. And
how was the audience?
Audience was great.
No.
I had like 10 couples.
Oh, fuck.
I went out there hot with the cum jokes, you know, and they were accepting me.
I feel like we're giving the impression that comedy is cum.
No,
like,
it's not. But it's if you got to know how to form your words into jokes, people. You know, it's not all cum jokes and dick jokes and nasty shit. You know what I mean? What I look at as comedy is a chance for you to get to know me and me to kind of get to know you.
Oh yeah.
You know, a little bit. If I can get the crowd to feel like they're part of the set, it lifts up the set. You know.
Oh, 100%.
From my 30 minutes Friday night to my 30 minutes Saturday night. Saturday was a much tighter set.
Great.
It was material from beginning to end, plus talking to them. And it was way better. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even all
That's
my material.
great.
It made me feel like I didn't use all my material. I have a good 45 now. Like, I know I have 45. I did 36 there, and I'm sitting there thinking about what jokes I didn't use. All right, let's intertwine these bad boys in there next time. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
Just being able, and that's what a lot of comics don't get. You know, everybody wants to start off hot, like, I'm doing open mics now for like 2 weeks. Why aren't I getting booked? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you got to pay your dues.
He's looking right at me.
You know, you got to pay your dues. But you also, like, you got to show that you're in here for the long haul too. It's not an easy thing, bro. People don't want to pay their dues, and you've paid your dues definitely. And within 9 months, dude, you hit the grind every night.
I'm not saying this to be humble or to be that bitch. I just feel a little differently because I'm so early, where I'm like, I'm being that motherfucker who's just like, why? What? Like, a little entitled, a little. I mean, I see that myself. Like, I am that kind of person where I'm just like, if I'm good at something or I have a talent, I'm like, well, then use me. So I get like, but no, I understood why it wasn't happening.
What
so
I like
early.
about you is that, but you were funny, but you went at a lot of bookers too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, that is true.
You know, I don't do that a lot. Like, all I did was put my head down. It shocked me how many
comics don't.
Right.
It shocked me. And then when I have comics coming up to me still, like, I'll be sitting at an open mic and we'll be talking about bookings, and they're like, I saw your schedule for this month. How did that happen? I'm like, I asked.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you can do that? And I'm like, yeah. Have you ever like gotten a job before? No one is sitting around waiting for like,
right.
How can I hire Ryan Rogers today? No one's thinking that.
You have to come up to, can you come make hot dogs for me today?
Exactly.
No,
exactly. So I look at these motherfuckers like, and these are people I love and respect. I'm like, how'd you ever get a job before? Like, you know these rules. You have practiced this before. Ask, be persistent. I got a job here at an agency in New Orleans. Shout out Peter Mayer. Because I mean, I was qualified and I was a great writer, like copywriter, but I could not get an interview with this job. Could not get it for like an entry-level copywriter position. I was already a creative director.
Right.
Would not look at me. So I showed up. This isn't a joke. Like, consistent week after week after week with donuts, resume, flash drive, over and over until they had to take a meeting. And then I got hired, and then I was there for 2 years, and it allowed me to work with now. But I mean, that's who I am. I know that's not everybody.
Work ethic.
But it's work ethic, and it's persistence, and it's being like, I only have this one fucking life to live. I'm going to be dead like sooner than later.
Right.
So why the fuck am I not doing what I want to do right now? I feel that way about everything in my personal life too. I think that drove a lot of my addiction, and a lot of like my shit is like this philosophy that like this nihilism almost of like, it doesn't matter. I want what I fucking want, and I'm gonna fucking get it. And it usually works out like that. I'm very lucky. And I say this as a fucking white man. I'm very lucky. I have the privilege of that. I also push fucking hard. And I married someone who's a fundraiser. Yeah. So that's what he does for a living. As he's a dog with a bone, following up, call. He's annoying as shit. But I say that about him in the same breath. I'm like, oh, do I do that? And I'm like, I must do that. But yeah, you've been around him so long. You took on his own habits. Oh, I fucking hope not. I had a huge fight before this. I'm saying this into the pod. I don't give a fuck. I don't know when he's going to hear this, but I know it'll be after today, and he'll have forgiven me by then. Yeah, he will. Knocked down. That's why I was really late. Yeah. So I was late to this pod, and I didn't tell Pickle that.
Oh, that's okay. I knew something was going on.
Oh, knockdown, drag out. That's why I didn't. I mean, I'm so responsive usually, but my phone. You think I could look at my phone with that motherfucker? Us fighting? No, he'd be like, "What's so important?" So I was like, "Right, all right, we're waiting this out." It was about booking the hotel for a show we have in Destin on Wednesday. Oh, wow. Knockdown, drag out about the dumbest bullshit.
Oh, is that Corey Mack's show?
Corey Mack, shout out, King. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Destin, and it's at a club on Miramar Beach. But again, like, it was one of the it's a stupid couples fight. I told you to book it. No, you said you would. Now it's $300. What are we gonna do? And I was just like, what are we gonna do? Drive home. It'll be fine.
Right.
Stupid. Don't marry a man.
No,
I know you're not, but don't.
I'm not.
People wonder, like, is that easier than dating a girl, man? And I'm like, no, it's just as terrible, if not worse. You ever met a man?
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Yeah. It's
I'm speaking for myself. Date me.
We are back.
Yeah, we're back.
I spilled water all over myself. It was just water, though.
Pickle's not drinking these days, so I'm suspicious of why he's like spilling water and acting a fool.
Yeah, it's I don't know why I just slipped up, and now I look like I pissed myself. It's a great thing. Nah.
Would you get beat up in prison for pissing your pants? Is that a reason to beat someone up? I'm just fascinated by prison culture.
Jail, you would definitely get fucked with. Like, and being in jail, people are more clean than you would think. You know
I believe that. I believe
You're
that.
more like, you have to clean. We clean every night. You know what I mean? The cells, top to bottom, the showers, the toilet. Somebody's on toilet duty. Somebody's on shower duty. Somebody's on floor duty. Everybody gets paid. You know what I mean? Like, these are jobs. That's how people make money in jail. Like, you know, you grab a mop and bucket and you're one of the people.
You weren't trying to program an open mic in jail?
Hell no, I didn't know anything.
Do you think guys who are funny go far in jail?
Funny in jail? There are funny dudes in jail. You know, there are funny
like that's
people,
their whole persona. I'm wondering, like, oh, that's the funny guy. Like, we don't fuck with him.
I don't know about persona wise, but there are people who joke around and bullshit in jail all day long, bro. Because that's all we got to do.
There is a path to survival for me.
There is a path to survival.
Great. I'll be passed around like currency.
Butthole and jokes.
Thank you. Great. I mean, it's that way now. Comic money these days anyway. Using my holes. That's the you cut that out. So disgusting.
We're keeping that in. I'm
going to send it to my mom after this. She already knows.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. You are going on tour.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that for a second?
Sure. I'll do it. This is why I was stalling, because I always forget the name, because it's this is humiliating. Without Rhyme Nor Reason is the name of the tour. And that's why, I mean, you know what I mean? It's a mouthful. Without Rhyme Nor Reason, it is an all-female comedy tour. That I will be hosting in about 8 or 9 states over the course of 7 weeks. Yeah, it's great. We start off in Florida. I fly out the day after my special, and then I'm driving a free Hyundai that Hyundai gave us because they're a sponsor.
That's fucking awesome.
Being the producer. Bro. Yeah, she'll be in town tomorrow. I'm going to take her to another bar tomorrow night.
Okay.
Stephanie Foster. Shout out Stephanie Foster. She's a great comedian. She's a show producer. She's coming to another bar. We're going to take her here in Silk Road. And we'll go to dinner tomorrow night. I would love for you to meet. I mean, you are going to meet her tomorrow, but she's a programmer. She's fucking hilarious. And we go all the way back to San Francisco. Before I was a comic, she was a comic, and I would go see her at her shows. And so she's fucking funny. But she suffers with suicidal ideation. So she put together this whole tour for like kind of awareness marketed to women. So we're going to be stopping at big SEC college campuses. Like we're going to University of Florida, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, LSU. Like we're hitting all of these on the way. And it's going to be all sorority chicks all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So they offered me the hosting gig, and I was like, you sure about that? Like, I'm the one gay guy.
Well, they know
what are the optics of this? And they were like, no, we're pretty sure.
You're not going to have any sexual problems with women. That's the one thing.
Oh, yeah, not a threat.
Not a threat.
Not a threat, but like.
This guy is not going to try to put his dick into any woman on this tour. That's the.
Why do you have to say it like that? Oh.
Well, they're not going to hire me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's even worse somehow. Oh,
I mean, honestly, look, I'm not that type of person. You know, in the comedy scene, I don't try to have. I'm not that dude. You know.
Here he goes.
I've never had sex with a comic or
me neither.
A chuckle fucker.
Okay, me neither.
You know, and it's just like it's a thing. You know what I mean? A lot of people go do that thing, but I don't. That's why I think I've built some a repertoire with comics and a respect
because you don't fuck them
because I don't try to have.
This should have been the episode now. Now that this is what I want to be the episode.
This is what this is part of the episode.
Bring me back and we'll just talk about chuckle fuckers and like who's fucking who.
We will.
I'm a messy bitch when it comes to just like who's fucking who. I have to know. Yeah. I will never do anything with the information except probably tell you.
I'm cool. Yeah, I like the gossip a little bit.
I know. I tell you immediately when I know something. It's only you usually.
Yeah.
It's like you and one of our girlfriends, but
Well,
like, it's like, but I can't, it's just one of those things where, okay. So my mom, there's a joke I do about like women on the West Bank, how they talk shit about other women, especially the women in the family. And that comes from a real place of truth because my mom is a horrible gossip and like will talk shit to me about my siblings and vice versa. And a couple years ago, I just kind of called her on it. I was like, I don't want to hear this. This is not helpful. And my mom looked at me and she's like, I don't drink. I've never smoked cigarettes. I'm faithful to your dad. She goes down this list. She goes, let me have this one thing. This is what I want to do. If I want to talk shit on people, this is what I want to do. And I don't want consequences for it. And I was like, you know what? Props. Like,
if she does it with you, it's a safe place if she does it with you, you know? You got to have your friends to talk shit with. You know?
I know, but
otherwise, what are we doing here?
Right. I think it's hereditary too, though, because like I have to know. Like another comic the other night was like, I have tea about something. And I was like, well, now I can't think about anything else. Like, you want me to get on stage now? Are you fucking kidding me?
I need to hear it first.
I know. So, but the comic thing, I respect that though. You think, so what you think that makes you more reputable? I just want to understand.
It definitely makes me more approachable. It makes me to where people like,
well, you know, it makes you approachable if you want to fuck them.
I don't know about that, you know, because there's some creepy comics in the scene that do go at people like that. And once
name names,
we're not naming names. We're not naming names. There are people who do have sex with other people in the scene, and it fucks up your relationships with people. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, we're all messed up people as comics.
And we're coworkers.
That's the thing I look at. We're coworkers.
Yeah.
If we mess around and I got to come to work and look at your face and it doesn't work out between us, then I got to look at your face. You know what I mean? You're not going to stop coming to mics. You're not going to stop working. Like, I'm going to still see you. And I'd rather be your friend than not be your friend in the long run, you know, or have it weird.
Sorry, I have enough friends. I can't relate to this. I'll just make it weird and get the upper hand and get more people on my side. Like, come
weird,
on.
Man. We're getting weird in New Orleans.
Mostly because, I mean, we're joking, but I agree with the first part of what you said. We're like, you're damaged. We're all damaged. Like, who wants to fuck? But you already know they're mentally unstable. You want to put your dick in it? Like, great.
Right.
Like, it's less of you taking a chance that a girl or a guy is kind of nuts. You know this person's fucking nuts.
Right.
They're on stage talking about their trauma. Like, you want to fuck them now? Good luck.
It's almost with some people, it's kind of like it is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah. What do you want me to say?
Like, because we're vulnerable. We're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, and that is cute. Like, I do like that. But like, I hope I don't get watch me say this, and this is the thing that I can't come back from. There's no men I would fuck in this scene. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that you don't got to worry about me because y'all got to take care of yourself. Right. You have male comments.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking mess anyway. I've been getting too comfortable on stage and just kind of showing up in whatever, where I really used to like curate a look. And now I'm like, I'll see these people tomorrow. Like, whatever.
Right. I do the same.
I'm not trying to be fuckable.
You don't need to be fuckable. Like I put my head down and I try to grind, bruh. And that's what it's about. And when people see that shit, it's an attractive thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? People see you, you put your head down. This dude's really putting his head to the fucking grind. And then people start kind of like flock to you on some shit. It's really fucking.
That's what ugly chicks say.
Amazing to watch.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what ugly chicks say because I'm an ugly dude.
I work really hard and it makes me attractive. That's like saying I have a good personality.
Oh, is it? It is.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't say you're an ugly.
I guess I'm the ugly chick of comedy.
Oh my God. Nah. You're a lesbian. We know it. The mutton chops say it all.
The butch with a dick.
That's Amy Collins.
That motherfucker got a dick hidden somewhere.
She do. I mean, we're at shout out Amy Collins.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
She's got the biggest dick on stage, I'm convinced. Like at any given time. I'm like, I'm not fucking with her.
That bitch coming out with a strap on.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. Well, how are we doing?
We're doing great, bro. We're gonna wrap this thing up right now. Plug anything? Plug one more time,
honey. I have plugged in the Pickle House enough today. I'm good. Tour show on the 19th. You can catch me at any night in New Orleans. And then
where can they follow you?
Ooh, at Ryan A. Rogers. That's ROGERS. No D. The only D goes in my mouth.
Oh shit!
I hate that. I'm disappointed.
Oh shit!
Cut it. Oh god. Okay, that's enough. This is turning into a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. That was my impression of one of my favorite comics. That's all that was.
It wasn't very good. The comic isn't, or the impression wasn't. Both.
I can do it better.
Do it. No, don't do it. Wait, hold on. Okay, shout out to this one comic, but like, see if you can tell who I'm doing right now.
All right.
Where he's like, maybe you want to come up here and slapbox with me.
Oh no, you not. I know exactly who you're talking about. I love him. I love him
too. I thought, shout out Mike Hall.
Yeah,
I did
Mike
it on stage the other night, and I'm like, it's so sad that my Barack Obama and my Mike Hall are the same impression. I was like, sorry about that. Sorry, Mike.
Hell yeah. This has been Pickles House. Very first episode with Ryan Rogers, everybody. I appreciate you for being here, man.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. You can follow Ryan Rogers on Instagram. Say it one more time.
At Ryan A. Rogers.
At Ryan A. Rogers. You can follow me at Instagram, Pickle House 504, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, and that's what we got today.
Shout out to Engineer Alex. Thank you so much.
Later, y'all.
Later.